How's it going, traders? Coming at you with some Blastoise EX, Starmie EX action today. I think these two Pokemon complement each other really well. Starmie EX is one of the most aggressive Pokemon in Pocket right now. It's 2 energy, 90 damage attack. Makes it so if your opponent stumbles, they do not have time to recover before you run over their basic Pokemon. And Blastoise is one of the more powerful top-end finishers in the game. If you get it up to 5 energy, it's 160 damage attack. Clears most things in one shot, including opposing copies of Charizard EX, since that card is weak to water. Misty is a wonderful, cheesy card in some situations with Blastoise or our Singleton Articuno EX, but she also serves the important role of giving us a chance to kind of re-flip that start of the game coin to gain first energy advantage. Most notably, if we Misty even a single energy onto a Staryu or a Starmie when going first, we can start attacking for 90 on the second turn of the game on the start as well, which is incredibly powerful and wins a lot of games on the spot. For the games today, you're going to see me playing this through some tournament rounds that I've recorded off stream. I hope you enjoy this more focused gameplay, and if you do, leave me a comment down below letting you know what you liked, and smash that button as well. Enjoy. Playing against a bit of a brew this round, they are playing Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff EX, 2 Mewtwo EX, and then a Singleton of each of the Greninja line. Notable utility cards here include a Singleton red card, 1 Sabrina, 1 Giovanni, 2 Potion, 2 X Speed. Notable that our deck's ability to evolve should be useful here, since evolving is guaranteed to clear the sleep mechanic that Jigglypuff can apply down. Typical turn 1 red card. We haven't played either research yet, so that's hopefully not too big of a deal. Obviously, we could brick here a little bit, but with the 2 research redraw, it's a good example of why the first turn red card tends to be medium. Oh, interesting. I was gonna speculate on whether or not they had both color energies in their deck, and they do here. That makes sense. Both Greninja and what's it called have. They only have 1 red card, so we can play this research out pretty aggressively here and not have to worry about it anymore. Let's go ahead and Pokeball. Well, unfortunate to not find the War Turtle this turn, but we have 3 draws next turn at it. It's noteworthy that if we miss on the War Turtle or they have Potion, we'd have to think about the Wigglytuff EX being able to KO War Turtle in 1 since it does 80. So we missed on the wake up, but if we draw the War Turtle, evolving wakes our Pokemon up, which we hit it. Perfect. We'll go ahead and draw here. There's no reason to show them the Articuno in advance. We're not going to switch to it if they Sabrina us, I don't think. And they don't have a red card and it doesn't evolve, so we'll get the War Turtle out. We'll go ahead and use the Wave Splash here. And then again, because we have the Blastoise in hand, our evolution queued up here means we're guaranteed to wake up from a sleep. So we don't have to worry about that. If they don't deploy another basic here, I think we're... Yeah, so I think the plan here is we're going to Sabrina the Jigglypuff with the 2 energies on it. So that way we don't have to worry about getting attacked by a Wiggly next turn. With the Misty draw, I'm going to go ahead and play Articuno out here. Although I guess I'm Sabrinaing this turn, so it doesn't matter. So we'll Blastoise. We'll put a 3rd energy on it. So the Hydro Bazooka works. We'll clear this this Jigglypuff that has 2 energies on it. And now, obviously, there's a series of hits here where our opponent, like, leaves us asleep for forever. And we could lose this game, but unless we lose, like, I don't know, it's probably 2 to 3 sleep flips in a row, we should be in a pretty good spot here. Great. There's the first sleep flip down. Let's do this Articuno. I think I'm going to go ahead and put an energy on Blastoise here, because if they have Wigglytuff EX plus a second potion, they would live through 3 energy Hydro Bazooka. So this coin flip actually doesn't matter. It's worthless because they're going to put us back to sleep again next turn almost assuredly. If they're evolving, Wigglytuff EX also puts us to sleep. Noteworthy breakpoint is that they only have 1 Giovanni, so even if they have the Wiggly EX here, it's going to take them 3 turns to clear the Blastoise. And then, because we attached the energy last turn, as long as we wake up, the game is over. And we'll have a couple of shots at that here. The Blastoise with 5 energy threatens to one-hit KO anything in their deck. That's another Sleep Tails. G on Articuno here. I said we were gonna have to lose like three in a row here. That's 2 in a row. This potion doesn't accomplish anything. It doesn't save them from any breakpoints. Alright, can we lose a 3rd one in a row? Alright. Got there on the last one. A little bit of tension for the game, I suppose. 5th energy here puts the Hydro Bazooka to 160, and we get a knockout. Yeah, first energy advantage this game. Staryu into Starmie loves a first energy advantage. They are on 1 copy of red card and could shuffle these away, I suppose, though. It's noteworthy that all of our evolutions do line up really well into the Sing effect, since evolving does clear status conditions. I am notably not going to Professor's Research here. Especially with the basic Squirtle drawn, I'm just not looking for anything in particular. With the Starmies already queued up, no reason to play that and be worse than a red card. This is again a potion that doesn't really matter. It doesn't save them from any breakpoints. And the game is over. But it actually has more than 4 basics. Feel a little bad for them. We take those. Quick 2-0 start to our tournament here today. All right, we're playing against fairly stock Mewtwo Gardevoir here. 5 basics, with the 1 baby Mewtwo being the 5th basic, alongside the 2 EX Mewtwo and the Gardevoir line. Notables are 1 Giovanni, 1 Potion, 1 red card, and the typical 2 X speeds to Sabrina. First energy advantage is nice for us here. I think with those Starmie guaranteed, I want to lead on the Articuno here. It's close, though. With us having first energy advantage, a lot of this will probably come down to who hits their energy acceleration first. If the opponent can find Gardevoir on curve, they'll be favored. And if we find Misty, we'll be favored if she works. I think if neither of us have energy advantage, we'll be favored having the first energy play of the game. Not a particularly stellar hand for our side here. That is exactly what they want to see. That's a Starmie, not bad. Go ahead and play that out to play around red card a little bit here. They notably only have a single potion in their deck, which means that 2 Ice Wings and a Hydro Splash is guaranteed to knock them out here. So if they have the Gardevoir right away here. Honestly, even if they don't have the Gardevoir right away, I think the right play is attach our energy next turn to Starmie. So that way, if they do find the Gardevoir and clear the Articuno, we can go ahead and Hydro Splash to clear the Mewtwo after the fact. And they're showing it to us here, so opponent probably deciding where they want to put their energy for the turn, because they can Psy Shadow this turn and then put their actual energy on something else. And they can still tee up the side drive next turn. Yeah, they're getting that Baby Mewtwo powered up in the back. Notable that they do have a singleton copy of Giovanni in their deck, which means their Baby Mewtwo will have the potential to one-shot my Starmie EX, which is scary, but without a Squirtle here, I don't really have the bandwidth to play around that. They will need to spend both their energies this turn to clear the Articuno EX is noteworthy, because they'll need to side drive it. X speeding out is interesting. Okay, so they're going to set up for the Baby Mewtwo to clear my Articuno next turn. And then the big Mewtwo in the back can clear my Starmie in one go guaranteed without the Giovanni. It's a pretty good play from them. Here's Squirtle. Blastoise technically lives a hit. Blastoise technically lives a hit from a big Mewtwo in the back. So I can retreat back here to the Starmie, which would mean that they'd have to have their one of Giovanni to clear it in one. I think we lose if that's the case, but I think we're in a bad spot either way, because they had the Gardevoir on curve and we didn't have Misty. I think it's energy here, X speed back. And we hope that we can buy a turn with this Starmie, basically. We're gonna hope that they don't have the Giovanni. That's what this game's gonna come down to. Having to go first here is definitely not ideal. First energy advantage is a big deal. Them leading on Baby Mewtwo is good for us, though. Potentially gives us more breathing room here. Tricking on the 66% to get Squirtle there on the Articuno feels exceptionally bad. Alright, we found that on that one, though, so that's nice. And because we have all these basics here, it means the red card's not even that good. Pull that. It's going to take me 2 attacks with Starmie EX to get through this Mewtwo, even if we hit it with Smack ahead of time here. So this might be a game where we just build up Blastoise in the back and try and get Hammer in from there. since Blastoise is big enough to survive a shot from EX Mewtwo even with Giovanni. Both of us got our Pokemon pretty well set up here. The question will be, do they have their stage 2 like we have our stage 2? Let's see the Squirtle here, I think, since we've got the full line in hand. Swing and a miss. Energy, and a War Turtle, and a pass. Is noteworthy that Blastoise has a 2 energy attack here, so he'll be able to go Surf into Hydro Bazooka to clear this baby Mewtwo in 2. Although we'll want to try and get into a position where we can clear the regular Mewtwo ahead of time. Let's go ahead and do this. See what we find. It's a Misty. We notably did not find X-Speed or Sabrina here, is unfortunate. Or sorry, X-Speed or Starmie, which would have let us retreat this back. Let's Misty the Blastoise. You get a little bit fortunate here. We could start blowing him away. We need 2 heads on this to get blasted. It's a brick. I think we're just powering this up. Eventually we're gonna get a Starmie EX and be able to retreat this for free. We have a one-shot turtle revved and ready to go here. If we brick on the 60%er to retreat for free next turn, we could be in trouble, I suppose. So it would let them get a first knockout point on the Staryu. Super unfortunate. I think it's just this, and we're passing again. They can spend their turn getting a knockout point, and then we get a knockout point back. But it notably takes their energy plus their Gardevoir energy usage to clear the Staryu this turn. Alright. Our boy Blue is charged up and ready to go here. I think we realistically start building up... I guess I just want another big chunky defender in the back here. I'm gonna go ahead and bazooka them here. Love you, baby girl. You can't have your phone on in here, okay? Daddy's working right now. So, can you go back out with brothers, please? Thank you. Okay, so what's the plan with the Mewtwo EX here? Because Hydro Bazooka is doing 160. Just like open I misclick and put the other EX up, and they get a knockout. I think we're done here the way this lined up. I missed on my Misties, but they didn't have a fast Gardevoir, so we were able to get Blastoise set up, and we just take over the game. Love first energy advantage, please. Never once. Right, we have Starmie, and we've got the researches to potentially dig for a Misty. Articuno's nice. Articuno means that we'll be able to play out 2 more basics here, guaranteed. I'm definitely researching on one. I get a little bit sad if they red card away my Starmie, but Pokeball actually means we're only going to have 3 cards here. It's great. Love playing 5 basics, and there's the Squirtle too. It had to be a Squirtle, right, with the Articuno and Staryu in hand? See if they have a combination of Pokeballs or anything here. Energy on routes is a good start for us. Nothing else to do, that's great. If we get a heads on a Misty here, the game ends. Just a Blastoise. Good research. There's a Misty for next turn. And I'm just going to go ahead and evolve the Starmie and put the energy up front here. Just be like, hey, find a basic or we're done. I don't have the other Starmie in hand. I'm gonna Misty up the War Turtle here because if we hit on the Misty, we get to end the game with it, which is nice. X speed means the game is over without the Misty Flip, so this is the real upside to playing Starmie EX. You know, we've had 3 rounds in a row where my opponents kind of stumbled on a basic, and we've had a Starmie EX, so we get to just punish them for their little bit of bad fortune, being able to run them out of the game like that. All right, playing against Pika EX this round, featuring the 2 Lieutenant Surge and 2 Raichu. They have 2 Zapdos EX and a Singleton Pinchurn as their other basics to bring them up to 7. First energy advantage is a pretty big deal in this matchup, like it is against a lot of the good decks. A lot of the good decks in this format want to be going first pretty desperately. Not ideal for the home team. The Misty with the Starmie could make this fine. If we hit a single heads with Misty, it lets us attack with Starmie for 90, kind of stealing the first energy advantage with our supporter. 50% of the time, it works every time. Love a Squirtle to open on. Great. All we need is one. Notable, no red cards in the opponent's deck. Singleton Giovanni is their 1 utility trainer. No potions either. 2 X speed, 2 Surge, 2 Sabrina. Assume they're not attaching energy to this Pikachu to start, so we'll pick up a knockout point, but we won't be getting energy advantage out of it. Picking up a knockout early can be good, though, for potentially making their EX Pikachu not hit for max. Zapdos EX as their first attacker, I think, is actually better for them in this spot than Pikachu. It means I am going to need to draw another basic, most likely, because I'll put an energy on this, and then Starmie, and we'll clear the Pikachu. And then they'll be able to attach a second energy, hit us for 40, and then they'll have Thundering Hurricane ready to go. Now, they could put an energy on... I guess they could technically win the game here if they have the perfect combination of cards. They could have Lightning Energy, X Speed... Well, guaranteed to Lightning. They could have X Speed plus Giovanni to guaranteed win the game here. Energy on Pikachu, I think, is very good for us. I guess I actually only need the Giovanni, huh? Because this does 42. Technically a bit fortunate that they didn't have it there. Missing their 1-of in their top 7 cards. Now that they elected to put the starting energy on the Pikachu, it actually leaves us in a really good spot because it means that this Zapdos can't threaten lethal on this without a Giovanni until they have they can't get 3 energy on there before we threaten lethal on them. Really need another basic though, because they're gonna have a window to draw another Giovanni and win the game on the spot if we don't find a basic. Because they do 40 with the pack, and then they threaten to do 50 thanks to the weakness. One of the many reasons this matchup is challenging for our deck. If we could draw Squirtle even next turn, though, any of our basics are reasonable here because we have the Starmie and the War Turtle lined up. But even like Squirtle queues us up to be able to clear this if they have the Giovanni to clear the Starmie. Curious to see if they put the energy on the Pikachu or the Zapdos. It kind of tells us the texture of their hand a little bit. If they start building on this, it could mean they have more bench Pokemon. That likely means they're sitting on a bunch of trainers here. All right, if we don't draw basic here, we're dead to Giovanni next turn. Yeah, and I don't have any counterplay. Just gotta hope it's not in the top half of their deck still. Missing it on the first turn, but they've researched since then, so. That means, but it probably means they have enough basics to dance around here a little bit. No basic means they're dead to this Sabrina. Really, really feels like we stole this one. Starmie is a very aggressive card that lets you take advantage of people stumbling. We have first energy advantage. We have Staryu, Starmie, and the full Blastoise line. It's kind of a question of if I'm supposed to play around the Giovanni with the 2 pokes. I didn't have the option to play around it last time, but I kind of have the option to now. I kind of think I'm supposed to put the energy on the Squirtle and just build the Blastoise. If I put the energy on the Staryu and they Giovanni me, I just kind of lose the game on the spot. It could be wrong to give them time though. They're a little bit less than 50% to have it. It's like kind of like a flip to lose the game. I suppose if I top deck Misty next turn, we could have our cake and eat it too. The extra basic here is solid. It insulates our Squirtle from getting Sabrina'd up, which is nice. Go ahead and evolve this Staryu so it can take a hit from Pikachu. So it gives us a free retreat cost. Sting. This definitely feels like a waste of a Giovanni. They're not hitting a breakpoint with it. Misty cooperates. We end the game on the spot. That looks like cooperation to me, gamers. said, just a little bit fortunate to win your bad matchup. And that's kind of what Misty does, right? Like, I think this deck has some play and counterplay in matchups that are close, and then sometimes you just, like, hit on your Misty, and the Hydro Bazookas take them blasting. Everything in their deck goes down in one now. Here enough energy for that to matter. Have a couple of knockout points, put it. You Blastoise.